In last class, we learned how to create job requisition, simple job requisitions, right? So there is one category called confidential job requisition. So such kind of requisitions are used to source and hire executive level people like MD, directors, and vice president level people. So the process of doing the sourcing and hire for these level of people is not same as the one which we discussed, right? In while creating normal job requisition. So what happens? We post these jobs on career site. We do post them, but those postings are not visible to everyone. So how generally the higher level people are sourced, the recruiter, what it does, it invites the candidate to apply. Okay, so what happened? Confidential job requisition. So these are sensitive job requisitions only for executive level replacement, and they require additional security to make them accessible to only a specific set of Workday users. Now, not every security group will be able to see these requisitions. Okay, for this we have confidential job recruiter. That is the name of the security group who is generally given the access to create, to view, and to edit the confidential job requisition. Then used for confidential hires, that is higher level people, not tied to a position. We'll see how it is done. So what happens? We have seen while creating job requisition, there is a task called create a position in the which business process? In the job requisition business process. Okay, but for this, no position is created. Okay, then security domain limit who can view confidential candidates and requisition. It is very, very confidential. It might be the case that normal recruiters, general hiring manager, and primary recruiter, and all of these people won't be able to see the requisition and the candidates who are linked to these confidential job requisition. But it might be the case, some clients might ask that primary recruiter should be involved in confidential requisition or hiring manager should also be involved. But ideally, only confidential recruiter do all the activities. Then job posting is hidden on career site. We definitely do posting, but it is not visible to everyone. Like normal job requisition URL is visible on the portal, it is not. But URL is generated and the recruiter what it does, it share the URL with the candidates, invite them to apply, and then the candidates apply for the job application. Now, the setting up of confidential job requisition is a must. It's very, very important. So the basic domain security policies are, first one is this domain. Okay, so it specifies which security group will be able to view and edit confidential requisition. Then the second business process is job requisition business process to specify the security group that can create a confidential job requisition. So creating a confidential job requisition is one thing, and after the creation, viewing it is a different thing. It might be the case that someone is creating it and that same person won't be able to see. So for that, we have to make additions in this domain policy. So what I'll do for this training, I'm making
What did you say about the viewing part? I did not understand. You said a person who created cannot see it.
yeah.
Why
So
we are making changes?
yeah, that's why we are making changes in this domain. Okay, this domain provides the access to view and edit confidential job requisition. And then there is a business process called job requisition, which makes accessible the task create confidential job requisition. Okay,
Okay.
so in our tenant, I have made implementer added in this job requisition BP so that we will be able to create confidential job requisitions. And one more thing, we generally attach confidential job recruiters in the job requisition only. Like for primary recruiter, it can be added in SUPOG, right? But we don't do it. We only add it in job requisition because this is how the clients ask generally. Now let me go into the tenant.
And Shilpa, one thing, how can
Mhm.
we know that Jacqueline is implementer? How can you classify that?
Jacqueline is an implementer. Okay,
How do we know that? How do we know that she is an implementer?
okay. See over here, you can see implementation, right? This is the implementer's account,
Yeah.
and you're logged in by default by Jacqueline. That's where this is implementer's account, and this person is given this access by default. That's why. If
Oh,
it would have been your name, then you would have been implementer by default because it's visible over here, implementer's account.
okay. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, so let's get started first with creating. For our tenant, we might have to include implementer also in creating confidential job requisition because we will be able to assign confidential recruiter only while creating the job requisition, right? So we need that task, create job requisition first. So that's why implementer has to be given the access. We'll see how. Create security group. First, I'm creating a confidential job requisition security group. So we are given these roles by the security team generally. Okay, first I have to, since it's a role-based group, I have to do what?
A role.
Sorry?
Assignable roles.
Yeah, do you need to create a role before that? And Shilpa, is there any way that we can even know who all are part of that implementer security group?
Okay, let me check. So for primary recruiter, we have put in here primary recruiter, right? And only one primary recruiter assignable role could be present. But we, for confidential recruiter, will only add over here job rec. Job rec.
There's no workday role for this confidential recruiter.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. And over here also, if we'll see, no, only job requisition justifies. Default role is not there. Then nothing is to be added over here. Then where we assign the security administrator role,
Assigned by
Assigned
security
by
group.
security groups.
we'll check if it is workday defined. Oh, I've created segment basically. No. Okay.
So Shilpa, you said that this recruiter will not have access to a lot of data.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why are we not creating a segment-based security group?
We are not creating any such group because there is no segment option to be created for confidential requisition. We
Okay.
cannot create. That's why. Okay, so this role is created. So next thing we have to do is to check the security part. Okay, so the first thing was confidential job rec. This was the domain. Okay. Oh, this policy is suspended, not enabled. Let me check if I can add it. Implementers I'll add definitely, but in ideal situation, no. So though its policy is suspended in this training tenant, but we were able to add the security group. So let's see if we create any requisition, we'll be able to see it or not. Then the next was DP job rec. We'll go and edit the business policy because in this only we will get the option for confidential requisition. So over here you can see, right? Create confidential job requisition. So we need to add implementers. Why we are adding implementers also? Because our role, confidential recruiter Shilpa, is not assigned to any person. It will be assigned when we will be creating confidential job rec. But once we assign it, then we'll be able to create it. Then this was start the job acquisition. Who can do review, create job acquisition. Implementers is there. And So these are all the steps of job requisition. Okay, review job action template, which will be there for confidential also. Approve, done. So it was coming before we started editing, so we don't need to care about it as of now.
Shilpa, are we adding implementers and like that security group to all the stages of Jawbreak?
Yeah, we are doing it
Okay, in the security policy, right?
in the BP policy.
BP policy also we added everyone, like in all these stages, right?
Yes, majorly we
Okay,
added.
okay.
It's testing. I think because of the policy, Shilpa, is it the reason? Because
No,
the status is not enabled, we have read there, right?
stage, right? It's stage.
Did not even activate.
Status is not enabled there in the domain security policy, right? Is that the reason we are not able to create it?
No, that was to view and edit confidential requisition. Means the existing which are there, we should not be able to see those. But this
Oh,
creation of confidential is different. This stuff should be there.
okay, okay. Do we need to do anything in the tenant setup then?
let me check if I can log in as somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, now is it coming? I don't know why. Okay,
Why is it coming now?
I don't know.
Deactivated.
Activate pending security was not done, maybe.
Okay.
Probably. That's why. So we have though added primary recruiter and recruiter in it for our safety point of view, so that we have many rules to look into this. But ideally, only confidential recruiter is supposed to. And when we get the client's tenant, all that access is set up and the roles are assigned to a person, and it is then given to us, to the implementers, to start doing things. So as you can see, the process is same as for creating job requisition. But when it will be different, we'll see. When it will differentiate with normal job requisition, we'll see. Testing.
Do we need to copy any business process for this confidential job requisition?
Business process, no, not required. We don't have that option as of now.
Okay.
Let me check. Okay, let cat some. Can you please tell your superb names?
Can you type BHAVANA? Yeah.
Why? You have created normal requisition BP for this?
Yeah.
So before creating job requisition, what BP we should make sure is configured?
Confidential job requisition BP.
Not necessarily required.
Sorry, it is just job requisition BP.
Yeah, that should be configured. And in that, posting step should be there, definitely. So
Okay.
what confidential job requisition does, it takes the normal job requisition BP, which is assigned to the support, okay, and we can add in that job requisition BP conditions as per our confidential requirement.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Recruiting details. Let me do it. So you can see we don't have the option of copying existing confidential requisitions even. Target end date we don't give generally. Referral payment plans. This is a mandatory field in my client's tenant because generally confidential recruitment is done using referrals. But it's okay. We also have other option of creating confidential prospect and inviting them to apply. The recruiter does that as well. Then over here,
Shilpa,
your
what will we do? We will create what?
so confidential recruitment is generally done either using referrals or by creating a confidential prospect, and then the confidential recruiter or any other security group involved in confidential process will invite that confidential prospect.
Oh, okay,
Mm,
okay, got you. Okay.
So we have other options here. So let me take manager. No, director.
And Shilpa, how will that invitation take place? Is it via Outlook?
Okay, that is generally through personal email account. What
Oh,
happens? Um, he will get an invitation and he will create an account on Workday as well. But that Workday account will only generally help him in seeing what all confidential requisitions are there. So
oh, okay.
generally, using the personal account, he will get the URL. Recruiter will send him in personally.
Okay, okay, yeah, got you. But his data as a prospect will be there in this tenant.
Yeah, but that also won't be visible to any normal recruiter.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so why we were not getting assignment section over here, I'll tell you later. Because the policy for that is disabled to add the assessment section. The company, any company you can take. Cost center is not mandatory. Okay. So this requisition will take the normal job requisition BP and also the normal job application BP. So we can assign over here confidential recruiter to anyone, let's say Carbon only. Okay. Then we can assign even another primary recruiter.
Shilpa, I think we did not create a assignable role for confidential recruiter Shilpa 1.
Okay. I can't get it. Let me take it next.
We should create the assignable role, I think, Shilpa. Maintain assignable roles task.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Because
It was
that was
asking for that.
segment-based security group, right? We again created role-based security group.
But it is asking over here for that, I think.
That's
Maintenance
what
island.
that's what we did not enable confidential recruiter Shilpa 1. Did we?
Let
We
me
did
check.
not. We have directly created the security group. We did not create the role for that.
Is it so?
I think we did. We went to maintain assignable roles, right? We did that.
Second time also.
Not the second time.
See here the role we have taken. Okay.
Asking for this.
Oh, use a role. Okay, okay, okay. I think I got it. I'm sorry. I'm
Let
sorry.
me show you the primary recruiter how it is. The primary recruiter is coming, right? See over here, we are not able to see primary recruiter Shilpa. We are seeing recruiter for
Yeah,
job recruiter.
yeah, I got you. It is a role we are able to see, not the security group. Sorry. Yeah, I got you.
I'm not sure. So we have assigned this person. So once we click on it, job requisition DP will be triggered, the normal one. Now we'll go to the view details. Okay, so create position task. It is not required because it is confidential job requisition. Job requisition completed, awaiting action by the. I'll show you what kind of changes we can do for our confidential. Okay, effective date is. Let me stop. Okay, so why this person is not able to see the task related to confidential requisition is because he is not added. Okay, so we'll look out for somebody else. Unsubmitted.
Comment, I think.
You understood why we are cancelling it? Because no one will be able to see in this list this data.
And why
Why
we are
so
not able to
are they
see?
not given permissions for that?
Because this is a confidential job requisition and we have not added these people in the book to
Oh,
view the details.
yeah, we need to assign that role to some people, right?
Yes, yes.
In the
Sure.
organization itself, Superg itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just a second. What I can do now is I need to check BP. Which one I should take?
It's the third one. Yeah. Shilpa, I did not understand. Where do we need to add the permissions for those people? Is it the
We
super?
No, we have to add it over here. Let me show. What I'm doing, I'm making changes in my job requisition so that these people won't get it. Only let's suppose implementer gets it. Okay, or what else I can do? I will go to domain no, not to me, BP. So this is how hit and trial cases comes. In our project also, we are not able to see this, not able to do this. I'll go here because every job acquisition is connected. It doesn't matter.
And Shilpa, one more thing, Shilpa, I was wondering the business process which was enabled for that event, it was
Mm-hmm.
not the business process that I created.
No, it was your business process.
No, I don't have so many people there in the list, I think.
Actually, it is there because you must have configured it, right?
Oh, maybe, okay, many other people are there under the same security group. Is that
Yes,
what the reason is?
yes, you can see over
Oh,
here. This is your
okay.
BP. So these three people are there. So
Okay.
whoever is assigned this information administrator role for our SUPOC. So if we'll go into the SUPOC, we'll see a lot of people are assigned with this person's security role. So
Yeah.
all of them just go in.
Okay, got it.
So review, create, job acquisition. We were stuck at this. So all these people have the access. Okay, but it is not going to everyone. But it can go. We can add these people. Implementers is there. So it's better to add in your definition implementer.
Oh,
Because we have added implementer everywhere, right? And confidential recruiter is just assigned. Let me add both of them. Now this will be changing definition. So are you sure this BP was getting populated? It was called, since there are three of them.
because what I know is if we assign the roles in the superorg only, we will be able to get all those people there, right?
Over here, but
Yeah.
it all depends who all are over here. So let me just delete them. So let me add implementer. We didn't add primary recruiter, did we?
No.
That's why it's not coming here. Because primary recruiter is not involved in this PPPC. Only MGT primary recruiter is there. That's why it's not showing. This is how you cross-check everything by just going to domain and BP policy.
MGT is the primary recruiter, Shilpa?
No, this is for some other support. For
Yeah,
some
yeah,
other.
but the role is like primary recruiter only, right?
Yeah, it's similar. Let me
Okay.
take this also. And confidential recruiter Shilpa. So name will come here. And post job assigned.
I think
Post
no their role is assigned for that MGT primary recruiter. It's just the name has that, I think.
yeah, that's correct. And it is related to some other support.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me delete it. And over here, let me add confidential.
So, Shilpa, have we added confidential recruiter in that security policy?
Yes, yes. We have added.
Okay, because I only saw implementer. I did not see the confidential recruiter there.
Okay, let me check.
It is in the top, I think. See.
Maybe in the top, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
there.
okay. That is why we are adding it here. And then we will assign the role also to somebody, right?
Yes. Now, why we are not seeing confidential
Because it is
over here?
again post-job business process, right? I think we even need to.
Yes, yes, that's why. So we had to change the business policy of post-job.
Correct.
Post-job.
Policy you have to update, yeah.
Yeah.
And Shilpa, meanwhile, I'll ask you a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, See, there we are giving some role security groups, right, in the business process.
Mm-hmm.
Here I have given HR administrator for assigned roles action, okay? So now the thing is, if HR administrator role is assigned to at least one person in my support, then
Mm-hmm.
only I'll be able to perform the actions, right, when the business process is triggered.
Yes,
Or
yes.
else, okay.
And
So
if you don't assign,
if no one is assigned in my super, then is there any rule that who all will fall under that security group will be coming over there in the process?
no, no one will be assigned. So you will just see in the process details that this action is awaiting. This particular step is awaiting action and no one is assigned. So it
Oh,
will not be completed. We
so
definitely have to assign it.
okay, so that is why I got a doubt saying I think my BP is not triggered because I have assigned only two roles in my super. It's just the manager and the recruiter. That's why I got.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
else,
So
is there
yeah,
anything that we can, if just a role is created or if a superg is created, can we even make a thing like some roles will be defaultly assigning to that superg? Can we do
yes,
something?
yes. Yes, yes. So some support will have certain roles assigned,
Okay.
and that will by default be connected to this job rank. So if you
Oh,
have added HR administrator, so it means um, we have to also check that in our support, HR administrator is given a role. So let me check in here.
no, it is not there. I'm not even able to see that role called HR administrator.
Okay. Because this is a user-based security group. Generally, admin roles are user-based security group, and they
Oh,
are not added to a support. They're added by going to that role and adding the person's name. So that
okay.
is a totally different thing. Since
Oh,
user-based security group is not taught to you, so we
oh,
will not do it. Let me
oh.
add some over here.
Not many two options are there for this action. Actually, we need to use from the default allowed things there, yeah.
Okay.
And all these are some created ones. No, there are nothing worked or delivered here.
Okay. Okay. So we have to go. So assigned role is also a sub process. Let me check if implementer is there. So all these are the sub process steps of assigned role. For our sake, what we can do, we can configure sign role BP as well on our superb and just add 1-2 step. Not all of them should. What's your superb name, Bhavna? 200.
Yes, 200 underscore Bhavna.
Okay, one is in master.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
What kind of steps I'm keeping? Review, create, requisition, and post job. It is to be done by primary recruiter and also confidential recruiter. But we are not able to see that. Confidential recruiter, because he is not added over here. The primary recruiter should also have been given while creating the job rec. We gave, I remember we gave. Let's see what happens. Now, see, I'm not able to see the name of the confidential record in which we created. Let me just create it normally. Create. Okay, I will take this one. This is great.
Yeah, even I was getting the same error, process definition error.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the initial one.
This is because we have removed that assign role step from the BP.
No, that is not mandatory step.
No, I think that is coming from the time when we configured the consolidated template for job requisition. There we have added assign role step, right? So from that point, it's coming. So I even added that step there.
Okay. But we just remove it. We have removed that. And
Yeah, that's why the error even is showing here the same thing. You need to add the assign roles process.
Yeah, and I am not even like,
That's why I thought of just adding the step and then assigning it to someone else. It's fine anyway because the step is completed at step second step only.
okay, but it is not mandatory step. Because we have already assigned it in our job. Let's add it then. Okay, as per this training training for this BP definition, assign role should be coming up.
okay, but as a like, if I'm talking about the real scenario, it is not important, right? We don't need to include that.
Because we have the option of assigning role in our job requisition.
Correct,
That's why.
correct. But assigning role is important also, right? We have to do that, right? Every time we are creating a job requisition, we have to assign it to somebody, right? To a
Yeah,
primary or
generally
something.
from support all the required security groups come. The assignment and everything is done. Then in job acquisition also we are giving this option. Then again we don't need.
Okay.
And just check that if it is a BP, sub-process means you have to configure it as well.
Exactly. That also should be like we need to copy the
Yeah.
definition to our superb, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we are able to see implementers because we made changes. So it doesn't matter whatever steps will come, we'll see because implementers.
So for this support, have we copied the assigned role BP?
Yeah, we did, right? And also we made changes in the policy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so if we are going to add there, then we will be able to see the security group here. Okay, yeah, it is.
Anything related to security group, if it's not coming in the drop down, just change the BP policy.
Okay, got
And if you're not able to see anything in this tenant, then domain policy needs to be changed.
you. Okay.
Then just let me check what all BPs are assigned. We have not assigned any BP for your this thing.
Yeah, that is what I was asking. Have we assigned role BP for this organization?
Yeah.
I think it's enough to just correct the policy, right? We need not create a BP for what all
Actually,
changes we do,
yeah.
right?
Because
I
it's a
will.
sub process, no? So we should be doing that.
Yeah. Actually, why we are not doing it? Because Sadaf, we have added in the business process policy of the assigned roles. The each step which will be there, it will be definitely redirected to implementers. We have added, right?
Okay, okay.
That's why we are not making any configuration change now.
Because
Mhm. So definitely that policy is suspended. We are not able to see any confidential job rec. Even in the mails also, the name of it. You went through the class for EIB in HCM?
yes, we did.
We had very few sessions,
Yeah,
Of
just
EIB.
like basic inbound and outbound.
just some 2, 3 sessions, that's all.
Okay. So we don't have to apply a role for implementers. Every implementer in this group will get it, and you don't even have the option. So over here, you can only apply primary recruiter and confidential recruiter. I am not taking anyone. Okay, this is assigned to confidential recruiter and implementer. So implementer, let me go and check. Okay.
Do we need to attach these implementers and recruiters to our superb also?
See,
Can it?
we implementers are the list of people already present. We don't have to assign it. This is the implementers account. Also, we have added confidential recruiter. So let me proxy as Carmen. And if she also won't be getting it, then it means that suspended policy is doing its thing. We're not able to see any data regarding that. We're only able to create the job rec. You know why this is coming up, I think. See, she is getting some mails, but she's not able to see it.
Is recruiter also given the permissions, Shilpa? Carmen Cortez is a recruiter, right?
She's a primary recruiter. I just went, she didn't have any.
Oh, okay.
Over here, it's not visible. Why? Hmm.
Shilpa, then in the business process, we are having only two security groups, right? Implementers and the confidential confidential
Yeah,
recruiter, Shilpa. Where
yeah,
is
this is the
primary recruiter?
problem of the domain. Let me go and check this confidential. This is suspended, right? So this won't be able to see any data regarding.
I
Over
think
here,
that is the problem. Yeah, I think that is the problem. The suspended policy. Yeah, correct.
yeah. So what I'll do, I'll make a flow of how we create confidential and how we post it and how we see it. It is very similar to job requisition.
Okay.
This is because this confidential requisition is a very, very sensitive task, and
Great.
the process related to it is very sensitive. You should be aware about this concept also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? So, creating a confidential job requisition. So, using this task, we create the confidential job requisition, then does not ask for a position, uses the same BP definition as regular job requisition, but upon marks job as confidential. So what happened? It follows the same process of job requisition BP, but the Workday internally marks it as confidential. And once it's created, there's a bracket column of confidential ID written along with the name of the job requisition. So Workday identifies it through this task, create confidential requisition. And we can add our own rule-based BP definitions also, how we can do it. See, let's suppose view business process definition, job requisition. So job requisition is a, let's suppose, by default definition defined in Workday. And we don't want that to trigger. How we can do it? we can create a rule. Job requisition is confidential for recruiting. Then this particular definition will be triggered. We have seen how to write rule based, right?
Yeah, you told.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in the default definition itself, we can add our own BP definition for confidential requisition. So this was this requisition. Effective date, rule based for recruiting confidential. It's very similar, but if we want to add, we want to show it that we have a different BP, we can add it in the default definition. Then, if we would have completed the posting and we would have created a prospect, confidential prospect, for which we have a different session of prospects. So in that we will be creating confidential prospects. So what it does, the recruiter, confidential recruiter, will give him the URL and invite him to apply. He will apply and he will go through the similar job application stages. Okay, and even the rules can be assigned in each stage, in each step. That, for example, in offer stage, ready for hire. Ready for hire step, if it is for confidential requisition, yes, then it will be redirected to manager.
Shilpa, can you increase action? Can you make it full screen?
Mhm.
Thank you.
No problem. Right. Yeah. So in offer, my client's tenant, we generally apply rule over here in job application that during the time of ready for hire, if the confidential requisition was taken into consideration, it will redirect to manager for this contract contingent work. So what happens in ready for hire, we have additional 4 sub process, right? We have seen, which needs to be configured. Remember? Okay, just go to job application BP again and check the ready for hire. So just beside ready for hire, you will see that 4 additional sub processes are included, and those have to be configured as well. We generally don't put any steps in these sub processes. So as per our this condition, this particular step, contingent worker, will go to manager. Change job will go to manager. Hire employee will go to manager. Convert to employee will go to manager. So all these things will go to manager. And if confidential requisition is not there, then all these 4 steps will go to HR partner. So like this, we can add our conditions. And we generally add it during the offer, in offer stage, during the ready for hire. We add it over here. Okay. Is it confusing? Okay. And if confidential, yes, how we create this rule? Just go over here, click on it, and see if there's any source internal for confidential. Just check. Let me show you. Let's suppose I went over here. So such kind of questions will be asked. What job application, job requisition, BP, confidential requisition follow? Is it mandatory to create a new one? Such kind of thing. So over here, for ready for hire, you'll see these steps coming up by default. Completion. So these have to be completed in order to complete the ready for hire BP. and it is currently redirected to HR administrator. So you have to cancel it and view it in the view stage. View tab. So over here we get confidential requisition. And over here we have to, in the operation list, we'll select yes. That was the rule, how it was made.
Okay.
So we can do similar kind of ruling on each and every stage as well. That if candidate is not executive one, similarly if job requisition is confidential, then phone screening will go over here to manager phone screen to manager. And if it is not, it will go to recruiter. Such kind of. But generally in real-time scenario, we add it only for ready for hire. And we don't configure additional BP of job application or job requisition. Please make a note of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Now our next kind of requisitions are evergreen requisitions. So what are evergreen requisitions? These are constantly open. These are for bulk hiring, okay, and hard to fill positions. Okay, the process is same as for confidential and job acquisition. They also have requisition BP and job application BP. But what it does while creating evergreen requisition, the criterias are very less. Okay, so what it is basically used for? It is used for maintaining a candidate pool sort of a thing. And those candidates will then be selected for offer or hire based on the most appropriate application. It will become more clear. Just a second. It is to maintain a pool of skilled candidates for positions that are difficult to fill, expedite the hiring process for seasonal or high volume positions, source candidate for positions when you don't have all the details yet. So when we don't know the exact details of job requisition, what we are asking for, at that time evergreen requisitions are taken into consideration. For example, in case of recruitment of campus, okay, very basic details are given to them, like what will be their package, what all criterias are required, basic qualifications required, and we don't mention the location, we don't mention the profile they will be getting, right? So that is an example of evergreen requisition. They follow the same procedure. Job application BP is also followed, but when these evergreen requisitions end, they generally end just before offer. Means from offer stage, they have to be linked to a normal job requisition. Okay, so always the offer and the hiring of candidates is done through normal jobs for these evergreen requisitions. We have the option of even creating an offer BP for these evergreen requisition, but we don't do it. It's not a good practice. We always attach it, link it to a normal job requisition. Then have multiple job profiles, enabling you to select the most suitable job profile at the time of hire. So since the criterias are very less for evergreen, so a lot of candidates apply for this, and then they enter the review stage of the job application, and hence a pool is created for different kind of candidates with very minimum differentiation, but it helps at the time of hiring what is the best candidate we can choose. Okay, and they are generally always open, they are very less closed, and they are used for seasonal hiring, that is recruitment, or for example workday consultants are hired, let's suppose every January February, which is the real case. So for that evergreen requisitions could be prepared. They will also be posted similarly, okay, on external or internal portals. We will see now how it is done. So first of all we have to now over here, no need of creating any additional security group. We have normal primary recruiters, normal recruiters, HR manager, everything is normal. Okay, but we link it to the normal job requisition just before the offer stages started in the job application. How we link it, we'll see. How we can also move candidate from evergreen requisition to the linked job requisition. We will see how. First of all, we'll go and see this domain. Manage evergreen. So this is the domain and it has subdomains. Okay, so if we are making changes over here, it will be given the access to, it will give access to subdomains also, but we'll check one by one.
Shilpa, are we having any topic like candidate pools? Are we going to
Yes, 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 definitely. We have separate topic.
Okay, thank
Then, so currently implementers are given the access for the evergreen. Means these people can be involved to see, to manage all tasks and reporting for evergreen requisition. So it is very less. Let me add recruiter. Okay. Then let me add yours as well. Then hiring manager. No, this is not the. Then confidential recruiter are of no point to be added over here. Then I need let me modify it. So our primary recruiter was by this name, but I've added this also. as it's created in the tenant and just for the safety purpose. It would be okay if I don't add it also. Okay. Now we will go one by one and see what all these does. So these are the subdomains over here. So this domain provides access to candidate between an evergreen and linked job requisition. Okay, so over here, if we'll go into the edit security section, okay, we are not supposed to add suspended policy not enabled. Got it. So we won't be able to move candidate to linked requisition, but I'll show you how we can do it. Okay. This domain move candidate from requisition to requisition. So we'll see just move candidate from requisitions to requisition. It means we have to move forward the candidate from one stage to another and from one requisition to another. We will see how we can move it when we are covering the job application topic. This domain provides access to move a candidate from job requisition to another job requisition. Same, okay. This domain allows you to move a candidate from one evergreen requisition to another evergreen requisition. I'll show you how we can do that. This domain provides access to link an evergreen requisition to one or more job requisition. Evergreen standard reports. Who will be able to access the standard reports related to evergreen requisitions? Consolidated. So since a sort of pool is created of the candidates for this evergreen, that's why who will be able to access the candidate pool. This domain provides access to create, edit, and view a consolidated candidate pool snapshot on a job requisition which is linked to an evergreen requisition to support recruiting compliance. So basically, evergreen is used for increasing the hiring process. Okay, it gives a collection of candidates and it helps them to directly hire them or offer them. Let me click on OK. And so we have made changes in the security, right? Then tomorrow we'll see how we can create a requisition evergreen. The process is same. Create evergreen requisition is the task, and we will see very less mandatory fields while creating it. And then there's one topic of link evergreen requisition. So while creating evergreen requisition, we will see how we can link it to job requisition. Then, okay, we'll do it tomorrow then. How we can close evergreen requisition using this task. Move candidate between evergreen and requisition. We'll see tomorrow. Then these are the supported reports over there. And then there is a domain called staffing job requisition : assessment job requisition, which was not present over here. The policy was suspended. That's why I was not able to edit it. Otherwise, we'll see such kind of assessment section. And then I was only able to see this kind of assessment segment created by Workday. It was Workday defined. And this was created on the basis of category. I was not able to open segments as we won't be able to open the segments Workday defined ones. So this was only I was able to see non-segmented assessments. Okay? And there was an option while creating the segments, there was no option for assessment kind of creation, but Workday defined was only this one. Okay, So we'll discuss tomorrow about evergreen and the next topic. Okay. So let's end this class. Bye. See you tomorrow.